All right, now we're doing 6Q convert integer to whitespace format. This is about man, and 92% of the people like it. So we've got this weird whitespace language that has it to where, let's look over here. This, if there's a space in front of the digit, there needs to be a space here. If it's negative, there's no space. And then we're changing every negative sign and the binary representation of whatever this number is into all the ones and negative signs turn into these /t's, and then we're also going to have line breaks at the end of it too. So that's basically all we got to do. If you feel like reading this, go ahead on. But here we go. So right now we're going to change this to concise syntax. We're going to say const whitespace number equals in, and then this will be an arrow, all right? So down here, we're going to take care of this little thing where it's spaces or no spaces at the beginning. So we're going to say if in is greater than 0, we're going to have a space. And if not, we're going to have no space. And let's change that to a question mark. All right, so now let's wrap this up in a parentheses, in some parentheses, so that when we get the product of this, we're going to say, we're going to add this to the binary representation of in. So we're going to say in dot toString 2. And then we're going to replace, actually let's test it out right now to see what it looks like. So right now we've got a space, and then we've got the binary representation of 1, and then it needs to be a tab and an LF, excuse me, a line break as well. So let's add so we're going to say dot replace, and then we're going to use some regex for 1 and the global flag on that so we can search it more than once. And then we're going to say replace that with this tab thing, all right? And now let's also add the line break as well, right? So it takes care of this one and this one. So test that out. All right, so now we got to deal with these zeros. So we're going to do another replace, dot replace. All right, and we're going to have this, let's bring this in down and over here. All right, so let's replace the zeros, global flag on that so we can hit it more than once, with just spaces like that. All right, now let's test it out and see what it looks like. All right, and all we got to deal with now is this thing too, and so we're just going to come over here, put brackets around this 1 so that it can make a group. So we're going to say whenever we find a negative sign or a 1, we're going to replace either of them with the T. Now let's test that out. And there we go. Awesome. Attempt it. Submit it. All right, very much like this one. Here's one with some, I forgot what those were called, like, I forgot what those were called, but there's something. And then, you know, whatever. I mean, you can look up all this stuff if you feel like it. Let's go over to mine. Just us two right here. Best practice in my opinion. Very much liked it already. And we'll see you next time.